obviously third year plan. What's left to fix? Where's the improvement going to come from?
Yeah, we're always sort of continually working on our defence. I think last year in the finals there was probably that patch where Hawthorn were able to get away from us, and so I guess it's being able to just close down those areas and make sure that because teams always get momentum and stuff like that, but it's just being able to minimise those momentum shifts and being able to really to close down a game if we need, but then also being able to open it out and so therefore the skills is another one where we're continually working on.
How about you personally? You've come off a couple of really good years. What are you trying to add to your game this pre-season?
Yeah, around stoppages I feel like I can still continue to work and just being able to read the ball off the hands and that sort of stuff, and then also my kicking I feel like has improved a lot, but it's always an area where I can continue to improve on, and it's obviously not at that top level, so I need to keep working on that, the kicking percentage and stuff like that.
You spoke about momentum shifts and more defence. How do you say you want to improve in those areas? How are you refining that? What are you working on to fix it?
Yeah, I guess a lot of drills are based around our defensive method, off the ball and the way that we're actually structuring up, I guess, and the way that we're trying to set up, and whether it's going zones or man on man, you're just sort of changing that up as the training goes.
Who's running that for you?
Oh, I guess Matthew Nix, the defensive coach, he's been really good in working in those areas.
So that's the prime difference, is it? More focus on that than...
There has been, but then again, every year we're making sure that we're refining those little areas and just trying to stay up with the game.
Michael Voss has been dubbed the best off-season recruit by some people. What has he brought in now he's been here for a couple of months? Yeah,
he's been really good and been able to work with him pretty closely in the midfield area. He's been great, just being able to. I guess he hasn't come in and changed anything drastically, but I think he's just really clear with his messaging. You can see that he's been that senior coach because he's able to really portray his message really well, and then even just the relationships with the boys has been able to build up really well so far, and he sees the game really clearly and has been able to adjust a few things without actually making too many major changes.
Have you managed to pick up any tricks from him or anything like that?
Yeah, like I said, with the working around the midfield stuff, he's obviously one of the best players to have played in there. So you're silly if you're not going up and talking to him and trying to get some tips from him.
Did you grow up watching him play, and did you model your game perhaps on him? Is he someone you've?
He was a player that I did look up to, yeah, for sure. There was him, and I guess James Hurd was another one that I used to look up to as well. But yeah, there was a few of the guys around that era, those sort of midfield types that you're always trying to emulate your game on, and he was one of them that you watch for sure.
And have you enjoyed getting that information out of him now that he's actually working with you?
Yeah, I think everyone's been really loving that as well. That's and not just the midfield group as well. He's taking charge of the leadership group and stuff like that as well. And so guys like Jacko and Bobby and senior guys are really getting a fair bit out of him as well.
Is he as impressive as a coach as what he was as a player?
He has been really good, yeah. Been really demanding and really clear, like I said.
Brad, you spoke about your defence. Obviously, the offence, a big injection of talent with Patrick Ryder coming in. How exciting is your forward line going to be this year? Yeah, he really just adds that other dimension, doesn't he? He's quick, he's agile, he can ruck. So I think he's a really good acquisition to the team. And it looks like he's loving being here as well. He's getting around the boys, and he's a really good guy. Where does John Butcher fit in this year?
Yeah, Johnny's been training really well too. I think he's been down forward. He's been able to pluck a few grabs at training there and taking a couple of speckies that they play before the training and stuff like that. So he's been looking good as well.
Is he as fit as you've seen him at this time of year?
Johnny Butcher?
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's moving freely, and I think that's a big thing for him. He's always had those niggly little injuries and that over the last few years, whereas he's been able to train majority of the pre-season and he's looking fit, and he's improved. He is improving.
Obviously, a big year for him. His talent's undeniable. Do you rate him highly?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I think there is a spot for him. It's he just needs to believe in it and go for it.
So how does he get a spot with Schulz, Westhoff and Ryder?
Yeah.
Where does he fit in?
Oh, it is a tough one, but I guess it depends on games and matchups, and you can never write anyone off like that either, because you never know what can happen. Westy might go down at one point, or Butch might just be the informed forward over the pre-season, so he might just be able to slide straight in. it's a tough one for me to sort of say, but I think that he's definitely got a space here.
But he's done all the training this year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And what's he like? Is he up and about mentally?
He is,
more
yeah.
This year, given the fact he's had a run at it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and because he's training and you see him around a lot of the time, he's really getting around the guys, and he's one of the best guys around the club. Really, he loves being around with the boys and hanging out, and he's been good value.
We're not too far away from the pre-season games now. What's your main goals as a team to get out of them?
I guess we're trying to. Obviously, the stuff that we've been working on in the pre-season, it's a perfect opportunity to really put them into practice and to try them out and see if things are working and adjust little things and get some game time into everyone as well. Because we got off the track just then, and that was a good 2.5 hours out there, and I guess it's just good to be able to put that sort of stuff into games, because no matter how much you do out on the track in pre-season, I don't know, it's always in that first quarter of games. It hurts for that first month or so. So it's a good test to get fit.
Is it a slow kind of build up to round one, or do you really want to hit the ground running?
No, we're looking to hit the ground running. Yeah.
When you're saying you're working on your kicking, what does that entail? Is it more time, or is it specific drills?
Personally?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it's more time, and just making sure that the opportunities that I do get in training under pressure, I'm actually hitting and making them count.
A few of you guys have sort of talked up Jackson Tringove's ability to recover pretty quickly, but seeing him, running around now, is it a little confidence boost knowing that there's no setback? He's back jogging around.
Yeah, he's looking good, and like you're saying, he's always sort of pushing to get back on the track as quick as he can, and I guess he's out of the sling now. He's moving pretty freely, and we're not too sure how long away or anything like that, but it was promising to see him running around.
How about Mason Shaw's development? Is he coming?
He is coming along. Yeah, he's another one that he's had that full pre-season. He's got that fitness base now, and he can really work from that. So and he's been looking promising out in the track. Obviously, he's still got areas to work on and continue to learn, but he can always continue to learn from the guys like Westy and Schultz. They've been doing it for years now. So he's got a couple of good guys to look up to, and he's been training well.
You're talking about a few guys who are out of the sort of best 22 from the end of last year. There's a lot of blokes going for a few spots. How good is the depth, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a really good part of it. It creates that competition, creates that competitiveness, and so therefore training ends up being almost as tough as you can get in games. And a lot of the time we are doing match play and that sort of stuff, and so that depth really helps. And I think that going into the season, there's going to be a number of guys. You never want to write off anyone from pushing from that first 22, because you see over the years guys are always pushing up.